I'm Mayor Sadaf Jaffer, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about how it is that I became a mayor and my priorities in this role. There's not one way that you need to go to become a mayor. I never really thought about running for elected office when I was younger. I was very focused on my studies on literature and history, and that's really what I was studying in college. I did get very interested in international relations, and I thought that maybe I would become a diplomat. I interned at the State Department, I interned with the Marine Corps, but then I decided to pursue a PhD in literature and history, and it's actually teaching those subjects that brought me to this area. Both my husband and I teach at Princeton University. But I started to notice that there were things that I wanted to see changed. There were values that I didn't see reflected in my elected officials, and so I started talking to people about what it would take to run for office. And that's when I learned about the importance of campaigning, of finding people who are running for office who you do agree with, helping them with their campaigns, knocking on doors, educating people as to what their local government is all about, encouraging people to vote in every election if they can. And that's what I started doing. I participated in some formal training and mentorship programs, which are really important to get people from diverse backgrounds and women into elected office. And I was asked to run one year while I was campaigning for another campaign, and I decided to do it. We need lots of different perspectives in government. As I said, there's no particular background you need to have to be in elected office. Actually, I think it's healthier if we have people from lots of different perspectives. And so I decided to run for office, and I won a seat on the township committee. In my town, the local government is a committee-style government where there are 5 township committee members, and that township committee members select their mayor in January for the next year. In 2019, my fellow township committee members selected me to serve as mayor, and again this year in 2020. So it's been a great experience. I've been able to implement a lot of my values, a lot of the changes that I wanted to see seen done. And, if you're thinking about what your priorities would be in elected office, one way to think about it is, what do you think could use improvement? What are those things that you feel like, oh, if only things were done this way, it would be better? And for me, it was really about communication. I noticed that a lot of people in town didn't know who their elected officials were. They didn't know when meetings were. They didn't know how to make a change. They didn't know how to make suggestions. They didn't know how to make a complaint. And so I tried to reach out and be as accessible to the public as possible and really focus on communications, making sure that everybody knew how to get the information they needed and how to let the township know if there was something that needed to change. The other thing that I focused on was transparency. People didn't always know why decisions were made the way they were, and so I created a budget and finance committee that had members of the public on it. I had various town halls, one on the new municipal building project that we're building, and another on just the planning, the master plan for the township. Finally, I focused on diversity and inclusion. I felt as though there wasn't a reflection of the diverse community on the appointed boards and commissions. And one example of that is that there were no women on the planning or the zoning boards. And so in those roles that I am able to appoint members of the public to, I tried to make sure that there were various people from different backgrounds who would bring those backgrounds to the decisions that they made. I hope that helps in understanding a little bit about how I became a mayor and how I made decisions in terms of my priorities. Good luck to you all.